Hi, I'm Carl from GMass, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to write a professional email that actually works. Whether you're applying for a job, responding to a client, or simply making a formal request, in this video, you're going to learn when to use a professional email and when not to, the most common mistakes people make when writing professional emails, a proven 6-part structure that you can follow, a real example with corrections, and a few power moves to take your emails from meh to memorable. And stick around because at the end of this video, I'm going to show you where to get free downloadable templates for a bunch of different professional emails that you can seal and use whenever you need. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's be real. A lot of professional emails out there are really just painfully awkward. They sound a lot like a robot in a tie, or worse, someone who's trying so hard to be polished that they forget to be human. So before I teach you how to write professional emails, let's first define them. A professional email isn't just about using fancy words or sounding like you went to Cambridge. It's about using the right tone for the right situation. A tone that is almost always respectful and clear. Common situations that require a professional email are when you're applying for a job, when you're reaching out to a company for the first time, when you're making a formal request like asking for a raise or resigning from your job, and emailing clients for your business. Basically, if you don't know the person that you're emailing very well, or you want to come across sounding competent and credible, then you're in professional territory. But here's the thing, professional does not mean lifeless. You're not writing some sort of legal contract. You're just showing respect for your recipient's time, attention, and position. With a clearer understanding of what a professional email is, let's cover some common mistakes that we see people make when writing professional emails and how you can avoid them. Now, disclaimer, some of these might seem very obvious to you, but to someone else, they could be completely eye-opening, so please be patient. Number 1 is using slang, emojis, and abbreviations. Yes, even today this needs to be said. A smiley face, for example, might seem friendly, but in a professional email, it comes across as lazy and unpolished. This goes for all types of emojis like thumbs up and rocket ships and fire emojis and eggplants. Just avoid them at all costs. Especially the eggplants. The same goes for slang abbreviations. There is no faster way to get your application deleted than using FYI, LMK, or God forbid, LOL, are you hiring in your email. They may save you time, but they cost you credibility. Number 2 is overused intensifiers. Okay, we all really appreciate things these days, but if every sentence in your email sounds like a very polite, insecure panic attack, it gets exhausting. Emphasizing gratitude or urgency has its place in the world, but not in professional emails. Instead of saying, I'd really appreciate the opportunity to work at your amazing company, tone it down and rather say, I'd be grateful for the opportunity to join your team. It's still polite, but it has a backbone. Mistake number 3 is using weak verbs. Using weak verbs in your email, like for example saying fix something, doesn't really strike a lot of confidence in your recipient. Instead, replace them with strong verbs like replacing fix with solve, replace do with complete, and replace get with receive or obtain. It makes a larger difference than you think, and it makes you sound clearer and more capable to your recipient. Mistake number 4 is redundancy. Redundancy has no place in professional emails, and it just drags your point out unnecessarily. Sometimes it's really easy to spot, like, I am writing to inform you that I'm writing to XYZ. But sometimes redundancy can be far more difficult to catch, like saying, let's collaborate together on this topic. To play it safe, use tools like Grammarly to catch these out, or just ask AI to check it before you send. Now that I've shown you some common mistakes, let me walk you through the structure of a professional email. The first step of writing a professional email is the subject line. A professional email is different from a marketing email where you'd probably want to create curiosity, but with these, you want to be very clear and very direct. Examples of this could look like request, access to campaign analytics, meeting follow-up, action items for June 28, application for marketing manager position, Kyle N. Next is going to be the greeting of your email. Always use formal greetings like hi, hello, good morning, and good afternoon, followed by your recipient's name if you know it. And make sure that you avoid using overused greetings like to whom it may concern or dear sir, dear madam. This isn't a Jane Austen novel and they just make you sound like a robot. The next step in our structure is going to be your opening sentence. Okay, look at me. It is crucial that the opening sentence of your email gets to the point quickly without sounding rude. Remove all the unnecessary fluff that drags it out. So avoid sentences like, I hope this email finds you well. Is that a greeting or a soft threat? Or sentences like, I know you're busy. Instead, just say sentences like, I'm writing to apply for X job title position recently posted on your careers page. Next is going to be the body of your email. When writing the body of your email, I highly recommend that you stick to the KISS principle. Sorry, I had to. The KISS principle stands for Keep It Simple Stupid, and it implies that the body of your email should be clear, concise, and easy to read. Aim for 1, maybe 2 paragraphs at most, and make use of bullet points if you need to list something or you need to condense a large piece of information. Next is going to be your email's CTA. Now, this is where most people drop the ball. Please, at all costs, avoid vague endings, avoid giving 5 different options, and avoid the dreaded, let me know. Instead, be crystal clear. Some of these examples are, can you confirm Thursday's deadline by the end of tomorrow? I'd be happy to provide any additional information that could help make your decision easier. And finally, your sign-off and signature. When it comes to sign-offs, it's best to keep them classic, like kind regards, sincerely, or thanks, but only if it fits the tone. It's also very helpful to include a signature at the bottom of your email, which can help boost social proof, helping to prove that you are who you say you are. This doesn't have to be big or fancy and can simply be your name, position, and your company. Quick tip, if you're unemployed and you're applying for a job, wherever you would have placed the company information, place your LinkedIn link there instead. With the structure of a professional email wax, let's walk through a live example together so I can help correct it with you. Here's an example of a very poorly written email from someone applying for a job. Let's start with the subject line. What's wrong here? Well, for starters, it's vague and lazy. Application doesn't tell the reader anything meaningful, especially if the recipient has multiple roles open. To fix this, we're going to make it more specific to the purpose of the email. Let's replace it with application content director position. Next is going to be the greeting. What's wrong? It's way too casual, and it's also indirect because it's not addressing anyone. To fix it, we're going to use the traditional format of dear name. Moving on to the opening line, it's polite, but it's generic and kind of unnecessary for a professional email. Basically, it wastes the opening by delaying the points of the email. To fix this, we're simply going to remove it completely and just dive right into the body of the email. Now let's tackle the body. Now there's actually quite a few things wrong with this body, so I'm going to walk you through each of them. The first is saying follow up, which is super misleading because this is the first email that this person has sent to the recipient. Next is the use of really interested, which is bland and honestly unconvincing because there's no evidence. And they also threw in I think I'd be a great fit, which is fluff and honestly subjective to the person reading the email. So instead, we're going to make the body of this email more clear and specific by highlighting the intent of the email and providing relevant information with confidence. I'm writing to apply for the content director position at GMass. We also have this part at the end of the body that says I'm attaching my resume and portfolio and some past work that you might like. Now this section has 2 major flaws: redundancy by mentioning past work and your portfolio, and a vague mention that they might like your work, which doesn't provide any context into your skills, experience, or value. So we're going to rewrite it, focusing on keeping it short, simple, and relevant. I've attached my resume and portfolio, which highlight my experience leading content strategy and managing marketing teams. Next, we're moving on to the CTA. Once again, the CTA is way too casual and it doesn't drive any action from the recipient. CTAs need to be clear and firm, but still polite. For example, please let me know if there's any additional information I can provide. Here we've directly asked for an action, making the intent clear. And lastly, the sign-off. As I mentioned before, a sign-off should be polished and polite, not casual like you're saying goodbye at a party. You can't go wrong with any traditional sign-off like kind regards or sincerely. As for the sign-off block, it's also pretty vague, so I think we can add quite a bit more here to make ourselves seem more authentic and more, real. So I'm going to add in my work specialty and some additional contact information for social proof like my LinkedIn profile. Can you see the difference? Okay, so we've nailed the structure of a professional email and we've covered a live example. I could just end the video here, but instead, I'm going to take things a step further and give you the best chance that you have of writing world-class professional emails. Here are a few power moves to take your professional emails from meh to memorable. Number 1 is to time it right. There is way more to an email than just how it's written. One of the most overlooked aspects of a professional email is when it's sent. For starters, professional emails should always be sent during the week. Working professionals just simply aren't online during the weekends and your emails could get lost in the void. Also, if your greeting says good morning, but you sent it in the evening, that looks super unprofessional. Aim to schedule it between 9 to 11:30 a.m. or 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. if possible in your recipient's time zone. Number 2, subtract opens and clicks. If you're sending important emails like job applications, proposals, or client outreach, the last thing that you want to do is play the guessing game of did they open it? To avoid that, you can use mail tracking tools like MailSuite or GMass to track whether or not your recipient has seen your email. You'll know when they read it, so you can follow up confidently and at the right time. Number 3 is to personalize at scale. If you're sending the same message to a bunch of people, like if you're applying for job applications to a ton of different companies, please don't be lazy and just BCC everyone. Nothing screams "I don't care" like saying "Dear Engineering Manager, copy to 50 different messages." Personalization tools like Yesware, Yam, and again GMass let you use mail modes to auto-fill in names, roles, companies, custom notes, and much more. So even at scale, you still sound personal and professional. It honestly is the difference between sounding like a robot and actually getting replies. We have tons of videos covering how to use mail merge with GMass for different use cases, and we've linked down to our detailed blog in the description. Be sure to check them out. And there you have it, everything that you need to know to write professional, highly effective emails that get noticed. We've included a downloadable PDF in the description of this video and the comments, as well as a ton of free templates that you can steal to write flawless professional emails every time. All we ask is that if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful and you make good use of those free resources, that you'll consider hitting the like button on this video and clicking subscribe to our channel. We post new videos like this every single week, and we'd love to keep making new videos that help make you better at writing emails. And if you'd like to learn about more ways that you can send emails faster, smarter, and way easier, then check out the GMass Chrome extension in the Chrome store, or check out our website linked in the description to learn more. Until then, thanks for watching and happy emailing.